Hey guys, it's Tengoku, and assuming this recording doesn't mess up like the last 5 or so have, then welcome to part 2 of Let's Play Rhythm Tengoku. In the last part, we completed this column here, we unlocked this column here, but we're not going to do anything with that until like the end of this project. Might do something with this, but anyways, and we unlocked this second column, which is what we're going to be taking care of. I should say, not taking part of, because that doesn't even make sense. Taking care of this column today. So let's get started with Sneaky Spirits. I think that's what this is called, going from the translation that we'll get into way down the road, several projects from now. But yes, the aim of this game is to hit the ghosts with your arrows. Very simple, just press A at the right time, as it has been for most of the other games so far, and hit it on the 8th beat. However, as you saw there, the ghosts will start A, mixing up their rhythm, or mixing up the speed, and they'll also start ducking down behind the wall, which also makes the music quieter. 6, 7, 8. And so you have to rely on your own ability to, well, count, but count in time to the rhythm without there being any sound or visual cues. Which, you know, makes sense for a rhythm game. Completely lost track of him there, so I'm not quite surprised I missed that, but kaboom. I think we're coming close to the end of this one, though. It's a pretty repetitive game. But it's not by any means bad. It's not hard, it's not unpleasant, but the problem with commentary is that for a lot, or the problem with live commentary is that for a lot of things, I find myself just subconsciously counting if I need to keep it to rhythm with things like this. So, like, all of my urges saying, okay, just count along with your mouth and whatever, and you'll be fine. But I need to not do that, so it'll be interesting commentary, or more interesting commentary. And as you saw there, we only got 1 half miss, and that means we don't get a superb. What the heck, guys? What the heck? But yeah, so if you want to get a superb on that game, you have to do it flawlessly. So that's a barrel of that. I'll be back in a sec with the superb attempt. Bloomin' heck, it took me 8.5 minutes to do, and it was always that second to last ghost that got me generally. Every now and then I had trouble with the early ones. I even managed to fail on one of the first ones, on actually the first one of the tries, but yes, I finally did it. Now, for most of these games, we've had obviously rhythm-based stuff, but they've all been part of a longer song and all work together. Here we have a sort of new introduction. Samurai Guardian, I don't know, that's what I'm going to call it, because as far as I know, I don't know why I think this, but I believe we're protecting whatever this thing is from, well, these guys. And the way this differs from the rest of the games we've played so far is that, as you can, if you listen to the background, we're just having one small melody playing over and over again, and we just have to get the timing right on the last attack, basically. and all that's changing is how fast the melody is going. So as you can see, it's not all part of a big song, it's all just small snippets. Sorry, small individual snippets which you have to work your way around and you have to figure out and everything. And so here we have another melody being introduced, which means we need to attack two things instead. And that's basically all there is to it. There's another one which kind of tries to screw you over on the visuals a bit with the screen going darker, but hey. Yeah, as I was saying, not all the songs are just going to be long songs. Man, this got really fast, but as you can see, the better you do, the more he catches on fire. I pray that's a good thing. Oh, those guys are usually, like, real trouble for me. It's really weird. The ghost one before never usually gives you trouble, and this one I generally often have a little bit of a tough time dealing with. This time, I'm pretty sure I got superb the first time. Yeah, because I only half missed one of the little fellas. And as you can see, we sliced through that rock. Hell yeah. We are kick-ass in every way. Oh, I don't know if this activates after you do this game. It seems to be the case based on all the times I recorded before, but this is perfect chance. That's what I call it, at least. I don't know how that exactly translates to maybe like perfect campaign or something based on the Wii version. But essentially, any game that you've got a medal in before, every now and then, apparently at random from what I can tell, the game will select that and give you a chance to play through it perfectly. If you manage to go through without missing a single beat, that includes doing a half thing. You're not allowed to half miss the beat, you need to be spot on. But if you do that, you unlock something special. I'm going to do all these perfect chances that come up, but I'm not going to make sure that I succeed at them. So I'm going to take all the chances, but I'm not going to go for perfect in every minigame, just because, frankly, I have too much trouble with some of the minigames in this game, so yes. But let's go for a perfect on Karate Joe game. I'm not going to talk during the perfect attempts because they're even harder than going for superb, so bear that in mind. Back in a sec. Well, I say I won't talk, but I actually will talk just for this first one. Is that when you hit the note correctly, you can see in the top right the sort of little heart with a P in it. I think that's a P. Yeah, it looks like a P to me. It'll flash, which means, yay, you hit the note correctly. And that little heart sticks around, as that demonstrated, for as long as you haven't missed a beat. The second you do, it disappears, and you have to... Well, you can keep going, but you might as well quit and restart unless you're really wanting to practice a song because you haven't done it in a long time or something. You get 3 chances to do perfect, but only if you select the minigame 3 times. You could go and play this one again twice, and then this perfect chance would disappear. So essentially it sticks around for 3 minigames of any kind. But yes, now I'm going to go for my actual perfect attempt of Karate Joe. And so yes, once you go through a minigame perfectly, then you get this little certificate saying, well done, you got perfect on Karate Joe thing. You have unlocked 47 whatever that means. And yes, so we've unlocked something somewhere. I'm not entirely sure where. But yeah, that's something crazy. I said I wasn't going to show this off until later, but I might as well show it off now. This is the cafe. It doesn't do anything for us because Japanese. However, if you're... This is probably what this little explanation thing was, but if you're having trouble with a game, so like you get failures 3 times in a row or more, then you can go to the cafe, and it'll unlock the next game for you, so you can keep going through the game even if you just can't get past Sneaky Spirits or whatever. You'd still be able to play Samurai House. It was Samurai Guardian before, Joe, honestly. What are you talking about? Your Japanese is rubbish. Wait. But yes, so essentially if you're having trouble with anything, then you can go to the cafe after you've failed 3 times. If you got okay, then there's no problem, you can just go straight ahead anyways, but if you failed 3 times or more, you can go there and skip past. Anyways, moving on to our next little game, Cheese of Success. Yeah, don't trust my translation for this. But as you can see, we are little mice, or we're a little mouse, running along. I think I should have shown the tutorial for this one, really, but I can do that later, or not at all. Essentially, you have to wait for the cat to pop up. You can get a sense of the timing of when you're meant to stop based on when the cat's paws appear on the table. It's like 1, 2, 3. Well, hang on, I'll just wait. 2, 3. And then you're meant to stop. If you stop a little bit too late, then you'll be further forward. If you stop a little bit too early, you'll be further back. As for when you need to start running again, you have to sort of listen to the audio cues for that. And also the mice will push their bums into the air. Quite adorably, I would say. Which also gives you a bit of an indication. But yes, to stop you press and hold A, and then to get going again you release A. And that's all there is to it. And we got superb, so that was nice and simple. Aww, we've got a little family of mice to feed. And we succeeded in doing so. So yes, that is that game completed. Now we're moving on to Microbes of Doom. This is another one which has no tutorial at all. And essentially what we're trying to do is stop these weird little blue globs getting to the funky little dude down at the bottom right. This game, unlike most of the others, is used using the D-pad, if you couldn't tell. You have to press in the right direction and in rhythm. But it's not a big problem if you miss one. Because you can go for any of the other sides, and you'll still be able to get to it. So as you saw, one over on the right got past me, but I got it on the top, so it's fine. The only one you can't do this for is if they're going from the bottom left to the bottom right, obviously. If they do that, then your little fella gets engulfed, and it's not fun for anyone. Well, it might be fun for the weird blue things. Yeah, this is a rather funky little game. Sorry, I just like the music for this one. And that's all there is to that one, really. It's a pretty short minigame. And I think, yeah, we got a superb. I think as long as... Yeah, surely, as long as the microbes don't get to the little thing in the bottom right ever, then you've succeeded. You've got a flawless thing, or a not flawless, a superb, and it's all well and good. Now this game, this is a little interesting, because this is one which is full of Japanese lyrics, and is a bit trickier for me. This caused me so much trouble when I was first playing this game. Now less so, but I think that's mainly down to memorization. And in fact there are parts of this game which I think you really need to have memorized. But yes, you need to click, you need to tap A even, in time with, in time with the yellow letters. Which, as far as I know, not knowing any Japanese, but I think I heard this somewhere. I believe they're saying pan, which I'm pretty sure just means clap. And that's just introducing you to the various rhythms you'll experience throughout the game, with the little girl over on the right, or not the little girl, the woman over on the right. And we've just got to clap in time. And, oh god, we're going into the actual game. I'm not ready for this. But yes, if you don't understand Japanese, this can be a little harder to time, I think. It certainly seems to be the case for me. Just because you're not quite sure how the letters scan properly, but I'm going to try and do this anyways. Yeah, I'm not going to talk for the rest of this one because I really need to focus. See you guys at the end! Though I will say, I really do like the song. Now that ending note, I'm certain that has to be something that means you have to not hit that correctly once, just so you vaguely know the timing for it. Because that is just, like, kind of cruel. Like, there's no indication of, like, how fast the song is going before you need to clap or whatever, but in any case, we completed that one, and... Okay, have we completed all of these superb on the first go, except for that one? Which gave me hell. That is pretty crazy. But yes, now we're moving on to the second remix, which, as with the first one, consists of all these 5 songs. It doesn't have any of these in it, it's just the 5 in the column you just completed, essentially. So yes, let's get second remix started, shall we? And starting off, pretty funky beat. We got our samurai dude. Well, is he a samurai? Some kind of martial artist in any case. I keep accidentally tapping 2 buttons there because of the D-pad I'm using. Oh, that didn't end too well. Neither did that. Oh no, I'm ever so slightly out of the rhythm. God help me! What's wrong with me today? But yeah, no, I like this remix. It's pretty stylish. I don't remember that much of it though. Well, I remember a fair amount of it, I just don't remember like all the intricacies. Now with these ghosts, 4, 5, 6, 7, remember that it's on the 7th beat, not on the 8th for this remix, which is a bit tricky of them, but it's, you know, you can bear it. You can bear it, essentially. Yeah, you'll never have that one except for it just saying pan pan. It's never going to change what word you're saying as far as I remember. Yeah, if you're pretty sneaky you can get 2 of those guys at the same time. And just lighten the load a little bit. Now during the tutorial, the little mouse in the front used those traffic light signals to tell you when you should stop. But it's doing it pretty nicely here as well for whatever reason. So you have to let go just after the 3rd beat, which is a bit weird, but if you ever wanted to pretend to be a mouse running away from a cat, this is the game for you, or, you know, probably plenty of other games in the world. I should stop singing along with it, but it's a rhythm game, what can I say? The music is infectious. Like the plague. Or something a bit less unpleasant, really. Probably more fitting. Hey, I think we succeeded that. Yes! Because, well, we half missed 3 things, I think. So, yeah. We managed to get superb on all of those first time, except for the ghosts. What can I say, guys? I don't understand it. And, yes, as you can see, we can now give Clappy Trio a go. Perfect attempt. Which, well, I said I was going to do it, I might as well try and end the video off like this. So, thank you guys very much for watching part 2 of Let's Play Rhythm Tengoku. I will see you on Wednesday for the next part, assuming nothing horrible happens with recording. And probably see you tomorrow for Colin Bound. Yes, I will see you then, guys. Goodbye. Well, I failed.